Mexico City, a mega metropolis of 22 million people, home of the biggest bull ring in the world, the Monumental Plaza de Toros. This is the beating heart of Mexico right here. Today, that heart pounds for a mega event, the opening of the 2015 Red Bull X-Fighters World Tour. As I said, we'll start here in Mexico City, Mexico, then we'll move on to Athens, Greece, a new stop on the tour on the 12th of June, followed by a classic in Madrid, Spain on the 10th of July. From there, we'll return to Pretoria, South Africa on the 12th of September. And finally, we'll crown a World Tour champion in the United Arab Emirates on October 30th. Thomas Pages going up against Clinton Moore, Danny Torres against Levi Sherwood. Our first semifinal heat coming up here, Thomas and Clinton. The Volt, he could very well take down a former World Tour champion here and move on to the final.
Well, and this is a new one too probably for Tom. He's going to ride first, so Clinton's going to be able to watch him ride, so he's going to know how hard to push, because he's got a few things in his quiver of tricks that he may not have pulled or may have pulled, but now he knows exactly what he's going to have to do. Is the Bundy going to have to come out of the bag?
That's right.
A few of these other big moves he's got. So
this
here
also
comes Tom.
puts a lot of pressure on Tom.
Special flip.
It's good.
Landed
good.
Perfectly. And as he gets back over here to the far side, and he is hauling out there. And this is the difference with some of these guys. But Tom is really going quickly right now. As he gets the Volt,
nice.
He's got it perfectly. And you see how fast he has to hit this ramp compared to normal freestyle, because of the air up here and how thin it is and how slow these two-stroke 250s are going. Even Tom's bike, which is so much lighter, so the horsepower to weight ratio is really up, he's still really struggling as he lines up here for the quarter pipe. What do we have?
That was a good one. That was beautiful.
Wow, and he actually kind of slid the front tire around, but it actually helped him out.
Yeah, it totally helped him out.
We couldn't quite see, but I don't think he dabbed a foot over there, as we couldn't quite see from here.
There
but
was no dab at all. I watched that. There was nothing. He was perfect. Wow.
Nice. Laid out 360.
Look at that, 360.
And if you saw his in-run there, you see how far to the left side of the ramp he took off, so he could carve through that ramp and really get a lot of that 360 started for the takeoff of the ramp. And here comes Tom, 10 left on the clock. Kiss of death.
Is he going to take one more hit at it? He is.
Make it over. Yeah, he's got it. Wow. Tom is absolutely flying out there.
He wheelied into that tunnel.
Reminiscent of one of his idols, Travis Pastrana, the speed he's taking out there. And he lays out the huge stretched out flatliner.
Well, Clinton Moore up next here, and tell you what, let's see if Clinton Moore can pull it together. Now, pay attention, folks. 90 seconds, as we mentioned just a couple of seconds ago. 90 seconds now instead of 75 seconds for semifinal and final action. Clinton Moore will have a chance here, and look, he's starting right away with a beautiful flare.
Yeah, he comes around. He really does his flares much like very 540 straight up and down style. Totally different style, just as good. I don't think one's better than the other, but different style than we see Tom doing. And then he comes in to Bundy.
The Bundy.
He knew he had to pull the Bundy out. Wow, Clinton Moore is not messing around. 360 off the super kicker. Clinton Moore is here. He's not going to bow down and take second place to Tom Pages. He's coming out here to put Tom back out of this semifinal. Clinton straight stretched out, dead body backflip. His best finish is a 6th, and he's already bested that by just being here into the semifinals, but he is not done. He wants to make it to the finals.
Well, the worst he's going to do today is a 4th place.
This is absolutely what Clinton needed to do, is to get serious. Volt. Perfect.
Yes.
Perfect Volt.
Beautiful.
Almost better maybe than Tom's Volt. The bike, when Tom did his Volt, got very crooked. We'll see it in the replay, but
he's still got 20 seconds left, too.
He is absolutely on fire now. Love the way the Clinton's riding with so much confidence now, stretching out the backflip kiss of death. And remember, we didn't see any backflips or backflip combos out of Tom Pages. Rock solid out of Clinton.
That'll do it.
Well, it's going to Clinton Moore.
I think so too, because Clinton Moore has all those backflip combos in there, and that's the one thing.
Clinton Moore gets the first one, variety.
Yeah, and that's the one thing that Pages is missing is those backflip combos. Clinton Moore, he gets execution. Wow, this could be an upset.
Style of Tom, I agree right there.
Yeah, definitely.
Course
use. Clinton Moore gets it.
Wow!
Clinton Moore moves on to the final. Oh, fantastic.
Absolutely.
Clinton Moore moves on to the final.
Thinking about doing it 100%.
There's no way that Levi is going to halfway in this one. He knows that he's got to pull everything together. He knows he's got to stay on his wheels. But he also knows that Danny made a few mistakes in that run so that he doesn't have to go super crazy and risk something in the final.
Well, starting off, flaming mullet out of Levi. Backflip Rodova. Taking a little more easy than we saw him in the quarterfinals, but coming back at us here. Double grab backflip, absolute perfection. Lands perfectly right at the knuckle. Both wheels touch down at the same time, and here he comes around for the backflip transfer. Just once again, wow, it looks too easy. That, folks, is arguably the biggest, definitely the newest, but probably the biggest trick that we may have ever seen here.
Yeah, but if you consider, too, that he is flying on that trick.
Yeah, he is crossing, alley-ooping so far. He looks so good. And there's the turntable out of Levi. He's looking very, very solid. He's not pulling any punches here. He's doing his run. He's not thinking about, hey, I don't have to do 100%. He's just going for it.
He's not thinking at all. He's on muscle memory and automatic pilot right now, guaranteed.
Big upside turn down knack. And I mean, he's getting so far past 90 degrees on that. He's really even pushed that trick, which is a right side up trick. He's pushing way past where he was last year.
And this, by the way, was his last trick in the quarterfinal round. So he'll have a time for one last trick here.
There
you go, Shaolin flip.
I'm scared of that, and I'm sitting up here right now, Troy.
All right, there you go. Sherwood, he gets the first helmet for energy. Let's see, execution. Yeah, there you go. Second helmet, and I think you might be right with the full pull, 5 against Duncan here. We'll see style.
Wow.
3 helmets, there you go.
Wow.
Sherwood's making a final. Yet another final for Levi Sherwood, so we'll see him going up against Clinton Moore as he gets the use of course and the variety helmet. So that is a 5-0 drubbing of Danny Torres.
This is going to be an incredible matchup because these guys are absolutely completely different as riders.
Yeah, and there have been, I mean, you can see here Clinton Moore, this is his first final.
All or nothing, stay on 2 wheels.
Yes, that is what he has to do. But you know what? Clinton is just riding so great these days. He's so mature and confident on the motorcycle right now. There's none of the frenzy that we saw a couple years ago back when
that's the thing, hey?
He's just
a little
so
bit of
confident.
experience makes a big deal. Clinton Moore heading straight for the quarter pipe right off the bat. Let's see if he apps. Oh, yeah, there it is.
Yeah, there
Another
we go.
clean one.
Nice.
And he lines it up going to the outside. So he starts off this final run super solid with a beautiful the first one. Oh, fantastic, Bundy. Did you see that? That was incredible.
That was as close as it comes.
On a 360, a beautiful run so far from Clinton Moore. 3 jumps in, and we're freaking out up here in the booth already.
That was as close to disaster / awesome as you could get. I think he was even scared because his 360 really was more of just like a slight off-axis backflip.
The dead body flip. Jeez.
Right back to it, gets that extension on the dead body flip, comes around, he is hustling. He knows he's on the verge of not only his highest finish ever, he's already there.
He
World
could
Tour
win
this thing.
Yeah, definitely. The vault. Get on it, boy. Get on it. Yes!
And you know what? He's got
fantastic vault.
He's got 3 new school tricks versus the transfer backflip of Levi. This is going to be absolutely impossible for the judges.
Yeah.
12 seconds on the clock. We're going to see 2 more. Backflip KOD. Perfect. Clinton's got 1 more. Come on, buddy. Puts the flip levers down. He's got just the rock solid, to finish
beautiful.
things off.
Wow.
Perfection.
That was
out of
a
Clinton Moore.
beautiful run from Clinton Moore.
Let's do this.
Let's do this, yeah. Exactly. You know what I love about Levi is he is probably the most focused of all the riders out there. He visualizes his run over and over and over again.
Yeah.
He doesn't let anything bother him. We don't see him get flustered very often. And here we go. Starting off, same flaming mullet. The backflip Rodova.
And you know what I really like about Levi Sherwood? He's got that dry sense of humor, you know, that Kiwi sense of humor that just sort of hits you sideways, and then before you know it, you're laughing after you think about what he said. Double crab flip, oh, beautiful.
Perfection.
This is going to be so hard for these judges.
Backflip trick against backflip trick, and here he comes around. The transfer, backflip,
one hand. Backflip,
wow.
transfer, one hand, the huge one off
Steps
that giant quarter pipe.
He steps it up, and that's what the judges like to see. They like to see progression round and round, and Levi just brought that. And really getting off on that Indian air.
And he whipped it out, too.
He whips it out. His feet going one way, the back end of the bike is going another way. There, turntable, getting back to the other side of the course. We've got 32 seconds still on the clock.
He's going to get an extra jump or two in here, I think.
Yeah,
that may be the difference maker.
Man, this is going to be tough.
Oh boy, I am so happy to be up here with you, Andy Bell, because I would probably be going nuts in the judges' booth right now.
Upside neck, just stretching out the execution time after time and hammering into the corner. Looks like he's racing in Australia or a national back home. As I say about the Kiwi. And
There's the starfish.
Backflip, and I think he got more extended. You know, I think Levi was a little better at the regular tricks, but 3-2.
Clinton Moore gets variety right out of the gate.
Yeah, he has to get that one. He has to get
with
that
the three
one.
new school tricks. You're absolutely right.
Execute, and I agree with that 100%.
There you go. And you made that call beforehand.
Style, this is tough, but Levi probably,
Levi Sherwood takes the style home. Ooh, it's close. Clinton Moore looking a bit nervous.
I don't know which way this one goes.
Clinton Moore gets hoarse.
The final is going down to the last.
It's going to be about energy.
And they're going to go slow. What did they got?
Let's see.
Clinton Moore with his first Red Bull X-Fighter.
First win for
We're high-fiving up here in the booth. Absolutely incredible, Clinton. Congratulations.
Clinton Moore, a huge congratulations to Clinton Moore winning his first ever Red Bull X-Fighters Tour stop.
Take a quick look here at the top 5. Clinton, Levi Sherwood, Tom Pages, Danny, Remy, Adam Jones rounding out the top 6. Just down below, it's easy to lose yourself, I know. Can't hear what you're shouting, I'm deaf to your show. It's easy to lose your self-control. Everybody gets high, everybody gets low. Life can be such overdose. Up on the mountain, I see down below. It's easy to lose yourself, I know. In the in-between. You're shouting, I'm deaf to your show. It's easy to lose your self-control. Everybody gets high, everybody gets low. Life can be such overdose. Up on the mountain, I see down below. It's easy to lose yourself. 90 seconds, they were getting between 6 and 8 jumps with the 75 seconds, so they could get another 1 to 2 jumps, possibly even 3 if they plan it right, as we've got the Battle of Australia coming up first, and then the Battle of France.
Yeah, Rob Adelberg going up against Clinton Moore, and Adelberg will be the first to ride here.
All right, so Adelberg's going to start up top. Starting off strong. Cordova flip just the same way he started his last run, so he may have just added a couple tricks to the end so that he remembers his line, because you don't want to get lost out on this huge course.
No, absolutely not. You want to try and use this as much as possible. Wow, there it is.
Alley roll. And you see again, they got the front end a little bit high there, but not too bad. It's all rodeo style up on the quarter pipe. Now, yes, it's not a flare, but at least he uses it, so he gets that use of course. Yep. Which is so important.
Clinton Moore there, not really watching the run from Rob Adelberg, and I'm wondering, you know, how many of the guys are in that state where they don't want to see what the other guys do, and they just want to focus on their own run.
Well, at this level right now, and you've got Moore, your number 1 qualifier, and Adelberg, your number 3 qualifier, so they're not that far apart as Adelberg goes for the side saddle lander. So far, he's kept his tricks all the same, so he must just be adding a couple at the end here. So hopefully he's got a couple big ones. So he finished up with a KOD backflip, and then he's going to work his way up 1 level, back around, now back to the bottom. This is confusing down here. Now the yellow flag waving there signifies 15 seconds to go. Indian air to heel clicker flip.
Clinton Moore coming up for his semifinal run here. Remember, 90 seconds, so probably enough time to get in 1 or 2 extra jumps in the run compared to the quarterfinal, which was 75 seconds long.
Clinton so far had 2 perfect runs. Can he put a 3rd one together? Started off big with the dead body flip.
Yeah, wow, nice.
Really nice execution. Got his legs straightened out at the hips. It's about as far as you can extend that trick, so.
Really flat on that flare as well.
Yeah, he's got a different style than a lot of the guys. On that, he really spins it straight up and down. Double grab Indy.
Just looking out the window here, I mean, I can't see him. This course is just so epically large.
It is, and he throws down a perfect 360. So now he's working his way on up 2 levels. It's almost like 60 feet back up to the top of the course here.
Anyway.
Flips up the flip lever, so something big's coming. Kiss of death flip.
Nice and smooth on the landing as well.
Moore, and he still's got a little bit of time left. 20 seconds. And we know we need to see that Bundy. Ah, the bolt.
Oh.
And that is such a crazy camera angle there. Now, I'm wondering if he... this is where he's going to go for it. And all right, he's in. Not a lot of time there. Oh, just a turn down.
Wow,
or just
interesting
a whip.
choice
Not even
here.
a turn down, just a whip. And so we didn't see the Bundy out of him.
No, but he's still got about 20 seconds left in the run. Here we go.
Love the camaraderie between all these guys. It's such a cool bunch of
Moore
dudes.
gets that first helmet.
Execution.
Adelberg, he's in the mix. Style goes some more.
Well, looks like Adelberg took a little digger on his forehead there. I'm sure there's a good story behind that one.
And course use goes to Clinton Moore. That means Clinton is moving on to the final with 4 helmets. Working here in the semifinal to try and get enough points from our judging panel to get into another final. And he's got David Ronaldo, who also has a significant list of new school tricks, though. So like you say, it's about Thomas not beating himself in this semifinal run.
Well, and we know Tom is going to start big. On the alley-oop flare here, you see him with that left foot kicking the bike into first gear. I can't even. Oh, no!
Oh, no!
You know, he's got to hustle. And this is a place where Tom can get into trouble because he's going to be riding on pure aggression and adrenaline right now.
And this is where we don't want him to get a little bit out of sorts, because that's where he can injure himself. We don't want him to do that at all.
No, and okay, so he's got the first jump out of the way. The good thing I have to say is he's on the 252 stroke. And now you see he skipped
the dirt. Yeah, that's a smart decision on his part.
Great decision, and he can recover from this. He can recover. He lost about 12 seconds or so, I'd say, on the ground. But his heart rate probably is over 200 beats a minute right now, so he's just got to keep that down. He stretches out the flat line Indian air there like only Tom can, but he's still got time on the clock.
Yeah, the important thing for Thomas now is not to panic. He's got to keep it together, let that adrenaline be his friend as opposed to his enemy in this case.
And the special flip,
that's just too easy for him these days.
Nails it. But he's not, David Ronaldo is no slouch, and he's got a lot of these tricks in his arsenal.
He's got to get on this now.
And the Cali roll, so he's going to have to do, making sure he's in first gear here. And the bike flip, this will be the decider, and he does it!
He does it! Fantastic! Wow. Well, Ronaldo, like you were saying, is absolutely no slouch. So Ronaldo, he's got the California roll. Ronaldo can do the volts. He is using the quarter pipe. He's got all the tricks.
Double grab backflip.
Double grab backflip
and not just a double grab flip, like a double heart attack backflip.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
California roll right out the gate.
And
long on the landing, though.
Long. And that's what Pages was saying last night. He said, for some reason, my bike's got more power here than it does at home, which is the exact opposite of Mexico City. There's the volt. Gets a little crossed up. Must be a little windy down there as we feel the wind whipping through our booth up here, but
happy to have a bit of fresh air up here.
Yeah, this is a tough job up here. Getting tired watching these guys ride.
Yeah, it's terribly not exciting. The David Ronaldo, there it is, the double grab backflip.
Double grab backflip, and just stomps the landing. And look at that marble dust that they're riding in. Standing one-handed takeoff on the super kicker into a flip seat grab Indian air. That is a mouthful right there of combinations. There's about 5 different things happening.
Well, I mean, David Ronaldo is one of those combo kids. He's got so many variations on these tricks that he can throw out there in combination with each other that it's just hard to keep up with some of those tricks sometimes.
And the holy grab floating back.
Wow, he's got a lot of jumps going on in this with still 15 seconds to go.
Yeah,
I'm not counting these ones, but
this looks like the most jumps we've seen anybody get tonight.
I think he might have 10 jumps in this one. This is insanity.
Oh, he was so close to getting this one, but
yeah, this last one I'm pretty sure won't count. Pages gets energy right off the bat.
We knew that one because it was showed live on the screen. And
execution goes to David with a bullet.
Wow, okay.
Thomas, style, of course.
Thomas has just got styles for days.
Oh, Thomas is going to the final with 3 helmets, and variety also belongs to Thomas. So David Ronaldo gets execution, variety, course, style, and the other one I forgot there was all Thomas Pages. So Thomas will move on to a final here in the 2015 season, his first final this year.
Well, speaking of spectacular,
this head-to-head battle.
I feel like we've seen this before once. And the funny thing is Clinton Moore took the win that time.
Yep. First rider up, Thomas Pages.
It's time to go.
All right, So Thomas has got to recollect himself. It's not been very long since that crash in the semifinal. He wants to do the same run again. But the difference here is the guys have 2 minutes, and he's got to take that into factor. A lot of time. He doesn't need to rush. He needs to throw down the tricks he knows he can do calmly. Here we go, starting it off.
And he does it perfectly. Absolutely stops.
Absolutely perfect alley-oop flare. Clinton Moore doesn't want to watch. Here we go.
Throws on the 360, and you know what? That's what I love about Tom. He puts his previous runs out of his mind, and he's starting fresh each time, it seems. And the getting
flare,
up into
Superman.
the Superman flare, he really is getting those feet up above the bike.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And the control aspect on that is just absolutely bananas. Just a beautiful start to this run from Thomas Pages. That's going to put a lot of pressure on Clinton Moore as he throws out a beauty of a flatliner Indy.
And Clinton isn't watching. He's visualizing his own run. As you see, Tom just have a tiny mistake of missing a gear and having to slam back into first gear there. But even if Clinton isn't watching, he can hear the crowd react. And that is definitely going to be in his head as the special flip.
And he almost didn't get that right foot back on board the peg. Mamma mia!
Wow.
And a ton of time left in this run still.
Something different here they did last second is added this up. Instead of 90 seconds, it's 120 seconds. And here we go, the bike flip.
Oh no! He has to roll away from it, but he's still got tons of time.
He's got tons of time, and we just saw in his last run, you can make a small mistake.
The question is now, Andy, knowing that he's got 2 minutes now, a ton of time left, does he go back and try and do the bike flip again, or does he continue on with his run as planned?
It looks to me like he's just going to continue on. I don't know if he got twisted up at all there.
He seems okay.
I mean, wow. He just made it so difficult on the judges, because if he would have landed that, it might have been a pretty clear-cut decision. Clinton Moore, can he do it again? Can he go 2 for 2?
Well, that's a tough one. Here we go. This decision is in. Clinton Moore, Thomas Pages. Moore gets variety. Execution. Goes to Clinton Moore with a bullet. 4 points difference on execution for Moore.
Style. That's going to go Tom. I'll call him Tom.
It's Chloe.
No.
It's Clinton Moore.
He wins. I thought they were going to leave us with a cliffhanger here, Troy. I thought they were going to leave it down to the last one.
Course use also goes to Clinton Moore. And energy. It's a 5.
Wow.
It's a 5 helmet hit for Clinton Moore. He's got 2 in a row. That's 200 points on the season for Clinton Moore. That is an amazing start to the season for that young man from Bundesliga. Well, here we go with Clinton Moore.
Hey, I'm Clinton Moore from Australia. Pressure is good. It makes you stay in the game.
Well, Clinton's been staying on his game. Chatting earlier, he just said, I just wanted to come into this year and be consistent. Well, 2 first-place finishes, that's pretty consistent, I have to say.
Well, he's aiming for a hat trick off when we saw that off the top of the show here. If he wins this event, that's 3 in a row. And that will be only the second rider in the history of the Red Bull X-Fighters to do that, besides Matt Rabeau in 2008.
Well, starting off strong with that dead body flip, and then comes around with the big flare. And we talked about it last event. He's got a bit different style on that flare. He's very straight up and down, which isn't better or worse. It's just a little different. So it's kind of cool to see. It's always nice to see these guys bring their own flare to a flare. And then
the vault.
The vault. Absolutely. He's got this as nailed as anybody out there. I mean, he is back around before he's halfway through the jump.
Well, he did his first vault back in 2010, so he's got it in the bag and has had it in the bag for a while.
And there's the Bundy. Yeah, wow. And speaking of varials, that is his very own varial. No one else can touch. No one else is doing a varial like that. Speaking of the way that the guys bring their own flair to something. And there you see the live energy judge on the screen. And right now, oh, that was
close.
So close. Does a little, I don't know if he'll get extra points for that nose bonk. If he was snowboarding or skateboarding, it might get a little extra points.
For sure, yeah.
Freestyle moto, that was just an extra pucker factor. And then nice 360 for Clinton to finish off. And you see the live energy judge out there, 86.2 for Clinton.
Liked it. He liked it.
Hello, I'm Taka Higashino from Japan. Yeah, I'll be enjoy. Yeah, this guy.
Always messing around is Taka.
I love the irreverent humor from Taka, though. It's just so fun as he heads into the tunnel to start off the big 35-meter-long kicker. Here we go, Taka. Rockataka here.
All right. That, whoa,
there it is.
Rock solid backflip, and that is just, what an incredible way. And not only a rock solid backflip, over the 115-footer here.
Yeah.
That is an incredible way
big
to start off. If you want to make an impression on the judges, that's the way to do it. Cordova flip.
Beautiful extension.
And it looked, I mean, to me up here, it looked like he was going to over-rotate that, but these landings are so high. These are huge. We talked about it at the top of the show. They're so massive, and here comes that Cali roll.
Oops, just about didn't get that left-hand lever. Huh?
He invented that thing, and now there's about 5 guys doing it. So
it's like you mentioned straight earlier, you know, it's used to have some time before somebody else would come up with your trick. Now everybody's getting right on the horse and moving into the next phase.
KOD flip for Taka, 20 seconds left on the clock, so we should see 2 more. Adam tough guying it in there, but you're not fooling us, buddy. Taka stretching out the 9 o'clock knack, nice and smooth. So as long as you're under power going into the tunnel, the last trick, which is this one, will count even if the clock is at 0. And there, an underflip for Taka.
Yeah, that's unusual. We normally not seeing him do the underflip.
Yeah, that was great. Great way to end off. The judges want to see you start strong and end strong.
Hey, I'm Levi Sherwood from New Zealand. I've won here in Las Ventas in 2012, and I'd love to get that feeling back.
Well, I think he can get that feeling back.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's definitely added the tricks that he needs to his cadre of tricks. So
well, that's what I like about Levi this year. I mean, he's so focused, and not only is he focused, he's learning new tricks. Yeah. He's putting new tricks down. And he starts off there. The starfish backflip.
I think my shoulders just popped out.
I mean, a la Dan Pastor back in the day, only upside down as he comes around. Speaking of new stuff for Levi.
Yeah, this is just the second time I think he's landed this trick.
Yeah, there he goes. The flare, and very smooth. And looking like he's been doing that for years.
Yeah.
So, like I was saying, Levi adding these new tricks to his repertoire. He wants his championship back as he stretches out that double grab flip.
And no ladder at all getting back on board.
Once you've tasted a win, you always want to win. Once you've tasted a championship, and then the transfer Superman flip. And that is just, I mean, we were blown away a couple events ago with that transfer flip. Then throwing in the Superman, the old school Superman. I mean, that is just picture perfect. Cranking around the upside knack whip.
He's still got plenty of time, actually. He's
still
got a lot
15
of
seconds
hits
on the clock. He's cutting this one short. I like how he does that. And even riding that 252 stroke, he still cuts that short. Everyone else going kind of the end of the runway there. So awesome to see that. I'm not sure if this is going to count. We're going to have to check with our head judge. But the Rodova flip.
Hello, I'm Tom Poges from France. Madrid, Las Ventas is good for the biggest tricks, so it's good for me.
Man, he's got a look in his eye today.
Yeah. We're crossing our fingers up here, and his parents are somewhere in that huge audience here in Las Ventas, keeping a close eye, or maybe they're closing their eyes as tight as they can.
I almost close my eyes up here in the booth when he rides, because he leaves it all out on the track every time.
It's all or nothing for him.
No-handed Superman to start off with.
Aren't they calling that a holy man for handlebar to handlebar? have to double check that.
All right, what do we have here? The alley-oop flare.
Oh my goodness, it was perfect.
Absolutely stomps that. Just it could
Best
not be
one
perfect.
yet.
That's such a high level going on there. I mean, that's something BMX rider Jamie Bestwick would do on the half pipe, and here Tom is doing on his bike, which we didn't talk about this yet, but that's a special bike. He shaved over 30 pounds off that bike by using titanium, carbon fiber, magnesium, make it a smaller gas tank. So many changes to this bike.
Special flip. Oh, love that trick.
Out of Tom, and now if we know Tom, he's probably going to come in to the vault right now. 17 seconds left. We see the live judging right there.
Oh no! Oh my God!
Oh my
I can't believe
goodness!
he got his foot back
I
over.
cannot believe
wow.
he got back on, and he just skies to flat. And what is going on?
He wants one more jump, but this one's not going to count, I don't think.
And that's
The flare will not count. He was past his time. Sheeny has 90 points in the overall standings and has an opportunity here going up against Thomas, but that is going to be a battle of gargantuan riders.
This is a big stop for Sheehan because it's all or nothing, really. I mean, he needs to be on top of that box.
Our winner from Heat 2, that's Taka. Our winner from Heat 3, that's Clinton Moore. They're going to be going up against each other in semifinal number 1. Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Clinton Moore has been showing, like I said, you know, he's really been consistent this year, and he's been working so hard to get himself to the level he's at now, and I think that the boost of confidence he's gotten from winning the first 2 events on the season in Mexico and Athens just made a huge difference. And here we go, Clinton Moore semifinal run. Here it is.
Big KOD flip, sticks that landing. Looks like he panicked a little there with that panic rev.
Yeah. 90 seconds, by the way, here. They get a little extra time. That means a little bit more of a Bundy.
So it's good to get those tricks that are so dynamic.
Gets the vault again over that long distance.
Wow. Varial to varial. Another possible first right there.
And lining it up now. Let's see if he can keep it together on this one.
There you go.
Yes.
Sticks it.
Wow. 3 new school tricks back to back to back. Clinton Moore definitely looking confident and strong here.
Dead body backflip. Greases that landing.
Loads of time.
Very good run going right now. There you go. Cordova flip.
Super smooth on that landing.
Taka, such a good dude. Just psyched for him, you know. All his war and competition, but he can still support your buddies, you know. Your life's on the line out here.
360 knack into a big holy hell. Rock solid.
These guys wish no harm on each other, that is for sure.
Well, that's the one nice thing about freestyle motocross. They're all in the same boat as far as risk is concerned.
That's something that kind of surprised me right there with Clinton, the Shaolin flip. He already did a dead body flip. Not too good on the variety meter. All right. Taka's gonna have to pack a lunch.
Taka,
You think it's sushi?
I don't know. I think maybe it's burgers. He's living in the States after all.
True.
Burgers and fries. All right, Taka Higashino, show us something, buddy. What do you got for us out there? Taka heading into this step-down ramp.
Oh, solid backflip!
Yes!
You're not going to see that anymore off any other rider.
Oh, you know what? And he lost his onboard camera somewhere along there, too, from that big head bob.
Nice. The C-grab. Stripper Cordova.
Is he coming over to this quarter pipe? He is.
Here he goes. Looks like he's going to go back into that flare. What do you got, Taka? Floats
Yeah.
it. Oh, lands a little sideways, but he's getting a lot more comfortable with those now.
Yeah, his amplitude is really nice. He's getting up way high on that, and he's looking great. Here we go.
Think about that bike with that little ninja on there. It's going to shoot to the moon off that quarter.
California roll. Beautiful from Taka.
I like his little ninja kick that he does as he spins around. Oh, hangs that KOD flip out. Didn't quite get the extension with his legs he was looking for. Kind of looked like he hung up, freaking out a bit there.
Clinton Moore says, that's mine. Taka still getting out there. Big mace twist up into that beautiful Kiss of death, and then keeps it going over the double-double.
While Clinton's over there hot dogging over the trophies, Taka's laying down some great jumps. Cordova flip.
Oh, beautiful extension. Really pushed those hips through as well.
Kind of floats that double neck out front and high in the landing, chooses to bail out of that line so he can hit the super kicker, get that use of course in. What's he got on that? Shaolin flip.
All right, let's see.
Taka's like, Clinton is crazy, and I agree. Here we go, variety.
That belongs to Clinton Moore. Execution, ooh, a lot of points going up there. Clinton Moore getting that one. Style.
Style's gonna be a tough one.
Oh,
there we go.
Clinton Moore, so that means Clinton is moving on to yet another final. He's one step closer to adding some more points, and I mean, worst case for Clinton Moore, he's gonna get 80 points out of today.
Very solid effort from Taka. Great competitor.
Semi-final number 2, or at least get himself mentally ready for the final. And semi-final number 2, we got Josh Sheehan up against Thomas Pages, both World Tour champions. Josh Sheehan, that man right there, the current World Tour champion. He wants to have that title again, but like we said, he needs to be on the podium today.
We have seen both of these animals battle it out in finals on numerous occasions, and it always comes down to the wire when they both throw it down. So here we go, Josh Sheehan.
Oh!
Knack 360, panic revving that thing.
Upside knack 3 as well. That's really nice. The judges are gonna like that one.
That top side knack. There you go, rock solid, keeping it clean so that he can lazy. Oh, looks like he only got the one hand off again. He had that problem in qualification yesterday. Very big to say the least, but you got to get both those hands off.
Okay, he's taking his time rolling in here, and that can only mean one thing, folks. Here it comes. Look at this, the double. Oh, he's got the landing, just barely knuckles it.
Coming in hot, baby.
Oh my goodness. And Thomas is over there taking a deep breath for his buddy Josh, who just pulled off the double for, oh my goodness.
He's going to be talking to Doc G after this one, getting his final adjustment.
Getting his neck massage at the very least. Boy, he landed that double hard. Now,
gets it back together nicely though.
Into the quarter pipe.
What do we got? We know he's capable of combos. There you go. Switchblade. Gets a little zesty on the landing, but
zesty is a great word for that one. Most definitely. He's got lots of time on the clock still, too.
Oh, whammy!
Hey! Uphill.
So much style. Yes.
As big as it gets. Bench pressing that leg over his head. And there you go. C-grab flip.
Long on the landing.
What a repertoire of tricks. Guy put so much power into everything. There you go. Sideshow.
And this will count, too.
Last one's going to count. Cliffhanger.
Off a pretty spectacular run now. It's up to Thomas Pages, that man right there from France, an innovator, a creator, and a guy who has just turned the world of freestyle motocross on its head. And here we go. I'm looking forward to seeing this, and he's starting off right away.
Sweaty hands right now, man.
I'm nervous. Come on. Here we go, Thomas. Let's get it going on.
4 seconds to start. He needs to get into it ASAP. There you go. That alley. He landed right in his tire tracks from the last time.
Fantastic start. Fantastic start for Thomas.
A little adjustment of the helmet. Special flip. Greases it. Whoa, gets a little loose on the landing, but he might have meant to do that. He's heading back over, and he's going to get into this transfer flip ramp.
This is a different line for him in these 90 seconds. Off of that transfer. Tweaks it out a little bit.
This guy is so in tune with his machine. Right back on course here, into the normal flow.
A lot of customizations on that machine of his as well.
A double neck Superman only as Tom Pages can do it. Keeping that variety high. A little bit of the old school mixed with this new school stuff like the bolt lands so sideways. Back on the bike and just big kiss of death. I mean, it looks like he's not even going to make that jump.
Josh Sheehan watching this thing, just shaking his head going, how do we beat this guy?
All right. It looks like he's setting up for the quarter pipe again, which could mean, well, I would say one
could mean anything at this point. Who knows? He's always willing to surprise us, but it looks like he's getting pretty slow for the bike flip. Yeah!
Toros right now. He nails it into a 360.
He seatbelts that landing as well. And he's going to have enough time to get one last in there. He's under the power.
Possibly two if he goes double-double. Nice turn down whip. And there you go.
Cliffhanger and the fist pump.
Sealing the deal.
It's down to the judges. Let's see. Energy, well, that was clear from our live energy. That's going to Thomas Pages. Execution. Wow. Only a 5/10 that goes to Thomas.
In what world do you think a run with a double backflip combos, flares, is gonna get beat?
Pages goes to yet another final, and I'm with you on that one. It is just crazy. A double backflip is like the pinnacle trick. You know, it's the most dangerous trick out there for sheer fact that there's so much going on, and it's a clean sweep for Thomas Pages. This is our final matchup. Clinton Moore head-to-head against Thomas Pages.
All or nothing, just want to keep it on the two wheels.
Well, Clinton, it's definitely going to be all or nothing. Here we go. Our first rider in the final 20-second countdown. It's a longer run again. Added 15 more seconds to the 90. We're at 105 seconds, or 1 minute 45. And here we go. First hit for Moore.
Big KOD flip, spot on the landing. Hung it out there to dry as long as he could. As you should. Yes, I just rhymed. I'm a poet and I didn't know it. The Bundy.
Oh my goodness, was that long?
And the Volt.
Oh my goodness,
he
that was
does
even
it.
longer.
I'm like, can he do that? How many times can he do it? All day long.
Perfect every single time. That's a boo-yap-yap right there from Clinton Moore, heading around for the quarter pipe.
There you go.
Solid. That was the best one today.
Greases that landing.
Fantastic.
On his A game right now, and you have to be. Dead body flip.
And he's just hit the 1 minute mark. He's got less than a minute now to go.
Cordova flip on that step down ramp. Just keeping his composure quite nicely. He's got a lot of his big bangers out of the way though. That's something that I wonder if the judges, well, never mind. He just did a backflip, 360 neck, into a rock solid. He's keeping the flow going quite well.
Yeah, he's got great flow right now. He needs to be calm. He needs to settle it down a little bit though, so that he doesn't burn himself out, because he's still got 30 seconds left in this run. It is a very long final run, 1 minute 45 or 105 seconds.
Brings that bar hop flip back in. 18 seconds left on the clock. He can get through this double pass here. Cliffhanger.
Whoa, that was close.
See how he recoups on that, because I think he was planning on getting that double again.
He wants to head up this uphill step up ramp.
One last jump. What's it going to be, Oh, nice turn down.
Yes. At the course, these guys step out on the course.
Greatness.
We're seeing greatness, but we're also seeing historical runs, and let's see where this goes down. Variety goes to Thomas. Remember, he only needs 3 categories. Execution, by
Thomas, a close
5/10, yeah? Very, very close.
Teeth. Here we go, style. Tom's a hard one to beat on style. Another one by the skin
again,
of
and
his
it's
teeth.
Thomas Pages.
And
he
there
wins
you
it
go,
here.
everybody. We have a winner, and it was well earned.
It was well earned. But come on, who's kidding? Clinton Moore, he rock and rolled that run of his. I mean, he absolutely
This is a big showdown. These guys have ridden against each other for years and years and years.
Let's call it the luck of the draw to be able to sit and watch the run from Rob Adelberg. Whether or not that is the luck of the draw is the question. We know that Rob Adelberg can do a lot of damage out there. He's a high-level rider. He's up next.
I'm all pumped up. I'm ready to go out there and send it.
Well, he is going to have to send it here in the final. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the last 2 runs of the 2015 Red Bull X-Fighters World Tour season. And here we go with Robbie Adelberg.
All right, started off big with that Cordova transfer flip. Just nailed fizzling out. The toughest of the transfer. And we saw how hard it is. Sheedy crashed once and almost a second time on that.
Oh! He didn't get those legs all the way around for the heel clicker. And again, you pointed out earlier, he does that opposite to a lot of the other guys.
California roll for Adelberg into one-hand lander. And, you know, he gets not quite as stylish as Taka, but he does get off the side of that motorcycle. It's nice to see the separation on that trick. And then super solid on the KOD backflip. Yeah, gonna take that one home, show mom. And then making sure he gets the big dirt gap, 120-foot double grab Indian air.
He had space on that one for the landing as well. He went far. Still got lots of time left in his run. Rob Adelberg got to be creative. And you know that Vinny Kleinfeld is in the back there on that hot spot watching Vinny Kleinfeld, the mechanic for Rob Adelberg, bringing big support to his boys out there. Cliffhanger flip, beautiful.
Yeah, great extension. Love to see that. Really straightened out at the hips and the knees. And then really gets up into heart attack position there.
Look at the focus on Clinton. He's not watching much of what's going on course.
Now,
20 seconds left for Robbie Adelberg with the lazy boy.
And then big whip flip.
So this is where it's going to get interesting for Rob.
Now
he's
completed he's done.
His run from before, and now he's got to add in the extra tricks.
And this is tough, too, because you're tired. May not seem like a minute and a half is a lot. Minute and a half, basically holding your breath, and he actually only got one extra jump in that extra 15 seconds.
Yeah, he took a long trip around there,
So we'll have to see how Clinton Moore handles that extra 15 seconds.
Well, the other thing, too, is as Clinton Moore has gone through the quarterfinal, the semifinal, and now coming into the final, you know, he's had to pull out all the stops in order to get to where he is now. He's probably tired. You mentioned it earlier. He's got that adrenaline dump. That's going to play a big role in how he comes out onto this course. Can he control it? Can he use it to his advantage, or will it bite him? Robbie Adelberg was looking really good out there with that beautiful California roll, the one-hander landed, and then, of course, you know, the kiss of death flip right there. Nice. Clinton Moore is up next.
All or nothing, just want to keep it on the two wheels.
All or nothing is right. Andy Bell, I'm excited to see if Clinton Moore can hold it together here in this last run. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the last run of the Red Bull X Fighters 2015 World Tour season. It all comes down to this for the event win for Clinton Moore. Can he hold it together? Will he hold it together?
Being held down there. He's ready. He's ready.
He's definitely ready. He's vibrating. You can see it from up here. All right, here we go. Finally, letting him go out on course. He busts up a couple of Dirt Devils as he gets out there. Quick hello to the audience and the judges, and here we are. Time to start his run. 10 seconds, and it doesn't look like he's going to hold back at all. He's going straight for it.
All right. Cliffhanger if he's into the Bundy. Oh, yes!
To no-hander lander! That is bananas.
Hey,
I can't believe he did that.
It not only is he a champion, he's still stepping the game up when he doesn't have to right now. There's no need. There's no need to have done that right there.
Yeah, the question is that for him, for the audience, for the judges, for everything, all the marbles? It looks like he's ready to go for sure. That was an incredible Bundy to no-hander lander. We're still chattering up about it here.
I'm not sure if he's ever done that.
I don't think
he's ever
so.
done that in competition for sure.
The Volt back on board.
Oh! You're a psycho, Clinton.
Psycho.
Wow. No-headed lander off the Volt. Gets a little head shake there, a little tank slapper going on.
He is just throwing it out there. And the flare.
So fast.
Unbelievable.
Okay, take a breath, buddy. 45 seconds. I don't think he's had a breath yet, because I haven't.
I haven't.
Kiss the death flip, and then
again, so close.
Not as bad as last time, but he's so close on that one.
He got a panic rev. I think that helped him a little bit get around, you know? I can't. My palms are sweating. You can see the hair.
Shaolin flip from Clinton, 17 seconds left.
He has loaded this run with epicness. Epicness.
Wow.
Holy smokes, look at the amplitude there. Hard to see on TV, but that was massive. then an old school whip.
Turn down, looks over at the judges, and I don't think there's any doubt in anyone's mind right now. I mean, he finished off.
Oh my.
Ronnie Renner going on in there.
That is, what a way to finish off the run, the season, the day. Clinton Moore pulling a Pastrana there, throwing the bike away.
Wow. This guy, he's just going to, I think he's going to party hard tonight.
He's over the moon. I mean, look at him. He is over the moon. You can see the relief leaking out of him right now. It is done and dusted. He can do nothing more about this day. Look at this right here. Throws the hands away.
Who does that? Nobody even does a Bundy, never mind a Bundy to no-handed lander.
Oh my goodness.
And then same thing.
That's setting up the gauntlet for any future events that he'll be in against these guys. I mean, really, this was sketchy though. Robbie Adelberg going, oh my God, that could have been a bad crash for Clinton and a win for me.
And then really gets nice and laid out.
Yeah, I love how flat he gets that flare. What a series for Clinton Moore, though, as we get our scoring coming in from our judges. Here we go. Clinton Moore gets variety with a bullet execution. That belongs also to Clinton Moore, but only by a half a point there. Style, well, both of these guys could be scoring high for style, but it's going to go to Clinton Moore. There you go. He is your World Tour champion, and he is your event champion. That is a threesome of wins for Clinton Moore on this season. Look at the background here, fantastic, and here is our current world standings.
280 points for Thomas Pages, 280 points for Clinton Moore, 2 wins each. Podiums on the other ones that they didn't win, they are exactly tied tonight going in right now, and we're going to see them go head-to-head in the quarterfinals.
Final showdown. Coming into this final stop, I mean, Clinton Moore has yet to make a mistake all season. I don't see why he would do it here.
His World Tour title. Let's take a look at these stats a little bit. I mean, both of these guys are sharing everything, podium-wise, win-wise. The only advantage here goes to Clinton Moore, who's got 1 win over Thomas in head-to-heads. Yep. Is the battle that we've been looking forward to watching. Quarterfinal number 4.
Give me your best announcer voice.
2 men tied for the top spot, ladies and gentlemen. Thomas Pages and Clinton Moore.
Hello, I'm Tom Pages from France. Tonight is the night, and I want the championship back.
You know, for Tom, we're going to know
right
within
away
10 seconds if he is going to lay this run down. Yeah. Now, in the past, I would have said if Tom does his run to the best of his ability, there's no touching him. I do not believe that is true tonight. I think if both guys do their runs perfectly, I have no idea who the judges will choose, because both guys are at that level right now.
Well, here we go. This is what it all comes down to. It's for all the marbles. He's got the landing. Perfect. That's a good sign. And the worry starts to show on Clinton Moore.
All right. And then transfer flip. Perfect.
He's bringing it all out right now.
And the thing at this level is it all comes down to confidence, believing in yourself. Like we heard Sheeny say earlier about the double backflip, you have to just pretend you're at home doing it in the foam pit. You're not in Abu Dhabi. You're not in a different time zone. Oh, the special flip.
Oh my goodness, it was a little front end heavy.
And
it's scary.
High.
He was really high.
He was so far off the motorcycle for that one. And we haven't seen the special flip for quite a while.
Lining it up again. He's got so many quarter pipe tricks. I don't even know where he's going to go with this. It's the alley-oop flare.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh
he goes down.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
I hope his legs are right.
He tweaked his hip the other day, crashing that very same trick in the same situation, but he's back on the bike, and that was a devastating mistake for Thomas.
I think he's done.
I think so too. And that's timeout anyway for him. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Let's watch this again here.
All right.
This was the bike flip.
Perfection.
Yeah, this was a good sign for both of us because he landed high up on the landing ramp. He was in perfect position. Then came the backflip transfer.
Perfect.
Yeah, again.
Just nice and smooth.
2 wheels down.
And you know he hates backflipping, so for him to be doing that is a big deal. You know, even Tom Pages has to progress.
Yeah, even.
And then here's a special flip, and he just
so sick.
Oh
my goodness.
He gets his hand in that handhold and then says, I don't need it, and then here he comes. He just did not.
He didn't have the height.
You know what? He didn't have the amplitude that he had earlier on in round number 1 that we saw.
Hey, I'm Clinton Moore. I'm from Australia. I go for the crazy tricks to stand out and to become the best.
Well, tonight is the night. Can he stay on his bike? Can he do those crazy tricks and become the best rider on this 2015 Red Bull X-Fighters World Tour season? Let's watch this one and find out.
I think Clinton's got what it takes. He has spent so many hours and hours and hours riding the Nitro Circus shows that he's been on with Josh Sheehan and the whole crew. And the Bundy!
No! Oh my goodness!
That was incredible!
Oh my!
That right there was the biggest save all year.
Yeah.
And now he's just got to calm down. He's got to bring that heart rate down. He has to calm that adrenaline that is dumping in his body right now.
But it's exactly what you said earlier, Andy. You know, it was maybe the worst thing for, not for Thomas, but for Clinton that Thomas crashed.
It is. It's terrible. It gets in your head like, oh, okay, I just got to take it easy out there. And taking it easy is not how champions are made.
Wow.
And the vault, perfection, a little high getting away from the bike, but Clinton is not leaving anything up to chance.
No.
He's throwing out his big stuff, underside knack on the 360 there, and then nice on the flare. And
15 seconds left in the run.
Clinton, this is it. This is what he's been waiting for. And for him to say in the interview earlier, he was a nobody. He was an unknown. And
well, everybody knows him now.
He's 4 seconds away from becoming World Tour champion.
I'm not sure this last jump is going to count, but it doesn't matter at this point after that Bundy. Look at this here. Cliffhanger. There it is, the Bundy. Watch what happens here, though.
He misses the with that right hand.
And look at the body position as he comes down. He is so far out.
His foot!
Oh, my
his foot! His right foot was hooked in the side panel. And then, but the way a true champion has to do, he overcomes adversity, calms his heart rate, gets it out of his head, and then comes back with a perfect run after that.
Yeah, I mean, wow, is all you could say about the reaction that Thomas Pages had when he saw Clinton struggling to get back on the bike. I mean, he was moving over on that hot spot to see what happened, and this is what we talked about right there, Andy. You know, one mistake, and it's still a possibility for Thomas. But the way it looks right now, I mean, we still have to get the judging decision, but I don't think it's any question about it. This one belongs to Clinton Moore.
Just the way he's been riding has been absolutely incredible.
So variety belongs to Clinton Moore. Execution also belongs to Clinton Moore. Style, this is anybody's guess here because both of these guys have such incredible style, but yeah, it's Clinton Moore. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. It's official. Clinton Moore is your new 2015 Red Bull X-Fighters World Tour champion. I can honestly say it's a well-deserved win, but let's not forget, this competition is not over.